Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, we are welcoming back my good friend, now 1 pound heavier, my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? I hope you guys are doing well and healthy and not going into surgery for anything.
So let's peel the curtain back just a little bit. Well, a lot bit.
A lot of it.
2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, we were going to do a show. This show that we're doing now, number 264. I worked an early shift. I was too tired. I couldn't bring the juice. And then Francis was still on hiatus from another show that he does. And he said, well, let's take their time slot the next night. And let's do POI. And I was like, that's a great idea. Let's do that. I got off of work and fell asleep. And then I woke up later that night to a text from Francis. He said, I'm going into surgery. They found my missing part, the part that I need to be a complete working human. Or something. I don't know. I'm trying to I didn't plan any of this. It's come off the top of my head. But
All good.
you know, I'm making light, but in all seriousness, not my story to tell really, but Francis was on a kidney transplant list and was lucky enough to get one in a much smaller time frame than most people, I'm guessing. Everything that I have written down is also 2 weeks old. Some of it is. And none of it really matters. We'll jump that in if we need to, but really, we're here to get the whole story from Mr. Fernandez here. It's his show. It's your show
How
tonight.
formal it is. Well, sort of. I mean, I'm going to ask you questions because I'm curious. I actually don't know. Have you ever had surgery? Have you ever had surgery done to you?
I had a cyst on the top of my head. It wasn't like I needed to be on the pimple popper show type of size, but it was like a spider bite sized.
Oh.
You know, from an ingrown hair from shaving my head with like a dull blade or something. So they made a small incision, gave me a stitch.
Okay.
So technically, yes. But really, no.
Okay.
I've never been incised to the point of needing to move other things to get to something.
Well, this is my fourth surgery of 5. I'm getting a 5th one in a couple weeks. Because I still have. So, for people not to know, I had chronic kidney disease, and I was on dialysis, and I had a tube in my body that lets me do dialysis. And it's still there. That's why I have to go back to surgery. I think I gotta get rid of it.
Chest port or like a side port?
It's a side port, sort of. It goes into what's called your peritoneal, which is like a cavity in your body, and that helps. You know, it's something you do every day. I don't have to do it anymore, obviously.
Yeah, it was probably nice to return that equipment.
Yeah, well, I have it still because I still have the thing. So in case of emergency, if I ever have to, which I don't, but it was just like, in case of emergency, I'll have the thing. So I've done 5 surgeries so far. For a broken arm, gallbladder surgery, putting the catheter into my body, then the kidney, and now getting the thing taken out of my body. So it's hard for people. It's hard to. So you broke bones, didn't you? You broke a bone, right?
I've never broken a bone.
You never broke a bone. Okay.
No, even being hit by a
That's why
Bronco 2 and you know, stopping myself on the windshield and then flying off the windshield onto the hard pavement. I am a ninja. And you know, you the ninja roll is a very important thing to learn. I'm just making shit up. I don't know. But no, I've never broken.
Oh.
To my knowledge, I don't even think I've even broken a toe.
You're very, very lucky. They all suck. So you
Oh, sure.
all of those things suck. All the things that I've had to go through involved a lot of pain. And the pain that I'm going to mention with my kidney thing is not even the pain of the surgery. Actually, I didn't have any pain after the surgery, like in the spot. Like moving hurt, but people were like, even if you lay still, you're going to need like painkillers because, you know, you had surgery. That's going to hurt. I'm like, didn't feel a thing. My pain tolerance, after all the pain I've ever gone through, it's like up here.
That's good because I was worried you're gonna get all hooked on fucking oxys and shit.
They gave it to me. I have a full bottle at home. I just never used it. So, yes. So yeah, I did get this kidney surgery. Now, in California, specifically, other states not so much, but in California specifically, it's like a 10-year wait for it. People have to do like the blood dialysis for years, right? And it just messes with you, makes you tired, makes you weak, makes you you look like you're about to fall apart. I chose the do every night one, which is the peritoneal dialysis. So every night I have to hook myself up to a machine and let the machine do its thing. Right?
Yeah. Take all the blood out of your body and put it back in.
Luckily, it wasn't blood. Luckily, it didn't do the blood thing.
Okay.
I didn't have to do blood. Because that's the one. What it does is it puts sugar water in my body, absorbs all the crap that's in my body, and then sucks it out. So
Okay.
it was super like not that bad, but yeah. So they tell you like if you're a kidney transplant patient, it's just gonna happen out of nowhere. It's just gonna one day you're just gonna be like I was about to eat dinner, which was a nice little salad, and I had a nice little salad for dinner, like getting ready to dig in. Fork right's about to go into that thing, and my phone rings, and it was a number I didn't recognize. So I'm like, okay, I don't answer calls from numbers I don't recognize.
You barely answer calls from people you do know.
True. But I'm more likely to pick up.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to pick up if it's someone I know.
Sure.
So I listened to the voice message, and this weird cryptic, it's this lady who's like super cryptic. She's like, hey, we got you, we expect you in the hospital, something. Like it was super like, no details. And I'm like, what the hell? What is this? What is this? What is this lady talking about?
You're mid-chew as you listen to the voicemail.
I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. And so, yeah. And then she starts calling all of my emergency contacts. And everyone's like, why is this lady calling us? What's going on? What's going on? So I called her back. And that night, 6 o'clock at night, they're like, come to the hospital. You got to come now. So, luckily, again, we didn't do a pod that night because that was the plan. And we didn't do it. And so off I went. I just went. And, you know, it wasn't until the day after where they did the surgery. But yeah, it was just like that. Like boom, 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 just shooting, hitting it, like left, right, hooks, just constantly. And you're there, and it's weird. And then like, everyone's kind of like congratulating me. Like, congratulations, that's weird. I get like it's like I didn't do anything.
I mean, but I mean, in a sense, it is, you know, lottery type.
It is.
It's a life win.
It is, yeah.
I mean,
so people
you know, it sucks for the person that, you know, lost their kidney or, you know, their life that was attached to it, or, you know, I don't know the circumstances of this new kidney of yours.
I hate to say that's the only way I could have gotten it.
Okay,
So,
well, you know,
yeah.
I mean that part sucks, but you know, good for them, I guess, for having a healthy kidney.
Yeah, but the people who knew about it, they're like, you're getting a good one. It's 10 years younger than you. It's super strong. Like, it's a great, beautiful kidney. It's gonna be great.
You haven't missed anything.
Like, okay.
You haven't. We're just getting into the story.
Oh yeah, I just started. Um, but yeah, it's like, this it's a beautiful kidney. It's gonna be great. It's young. It's gonna be awesome. So the day of, right? The night is it's noon, and that's the surgery. It's noon the day after. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get you in there. And the cast of Grey's Anatomy, beautiful,
Mm.
beautiful doctors and nurses,
Mm.
and like just
But there was.
everyone was just
Oh wait, that was a different show. Never mind. Go on. Go on. I was about to mix up shows.
but they're all or ER, any one of those, any one of those.
I was
shows
going
on
Sex in the
TV.
City, but go on.
Oh,
I know. That's why I stopped myself. I was like, nope, wrong show.
but all over the place. They're just and so they wheel me in to this room. This like it's like a TV show. Like the TV shows get it right. Like the operating room's this clean white room. Everyone's in, smiling with their masks on. You can just tell everyone's in a good mood. And there's this white, like styrofoam canister, like a tub right to my left of me. I'm laying down
Like
to
an
my left.
igloo.
The- like an igloo.
Yeah.
Like an igloo. And there's a woman standing over it. She's like, this is a really good looking. Like she's poking it, and she's like touching it with her hands. Like this is a really good kidney. She keeps saying, like this is really nice. And I'm like, what are you doing to it? Why are you
Stop
fondling the
fingering
kidney?
my
This is-
kidney.
Yeah, stop it, lady. And the anesthesiologist is like, don't worry about. We're gonna knock you out just like that. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna feel a thing. And literally, the moment the liquid went into my body, I was out.
It's like a
Nothing.
that milky liquid.
I don't know what it was because I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
get a chance. I didn't even get to see it.
Okay.
All I did was, she said, "I'm putting in the first one," and the moment it hit me, I'm like, I didn't see anything.
Hmm.
And if I did, I was like loopy. I didn't, or whatever. But
Sure.
I didn't. Anything. So, 2 days. I slept for 2 days. But all of Friday and essentially no, I'm sorry, all of Thursday and all of Friday, just knocked out. Saturday, I wake up to a tube on my side, taking out all the gross stuff from what happens when you do surgery, like all that liquidy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and a tube out of my penis.
Mm.
You want to, I never had that before in surgery. Never had a catheter there before. That was a new experience to just have something there. So,
Yeah.
I
Morning wood was a whole different experience.
couldn't happen.
No,
Couldn't
I know.
happen.
It's
No way.
it's not happening in that.
But here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. Of course, the Grey's Anatomy staff also apply to the nurses who have to look at my junk
Mhm.
thing in there. And like, you just get to look at it all the time. They're just like, oh, looks good. Oh, all right, everything's good. I gotta clean that up for you. Hold on, let me clean that up for you. All right, let me touch it for you. And then just fiddle with it. I'm like, oh, jeez. I was in the pool.
If there wasn't a damn tube in here.
Yeah, just like it was awful. But couldn't walk for the first couple days, move. Pretty much laid down the entire time. Had to get the staff to help me move around. Ate hospital food.
Which is, always pleasant.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean,
Hospital food is like the chefs at hospitals are like taking descriptions of food over the phone, and then they're just like left up to their own devices on how to make it.
Kind of.
Like
yeah, it
macaroni
wasn't
and
so-
cheese, pretty fucking simple to make. You go to a hospital and it's like, what is this?
Luckily, I didn't have that. Oh, and they give you the tiniest portions. I asked them, I'm like, I'll take they had salmon.
Hmm.
'Cause I'm jumping to like near the time I was about to leave, but when I could eat solid food, I was on liquid diet for a while when I was in there, but they let me eat solid food after a couple days. And they're like, yeah, I love a salmon. I bet it's big, it's delicious, covered in whatever sauce. Is this like quarter-sized, piece of
Mhm.
meat? I'm like, what the? Are you starving us? am I a joke to you? What are you doing here? Come on.
I'm a
Food.
full-grown adult, lady.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. I was gross. Just head to toe gross. Just everything about me. Just disgusting. But yeah, I continue to get surgeries. It's like, ugh, dude.
Yeah,
Why
but
does it have
you
to
know,
be me?
the surgeries prior were to fix. And granted, this was to fix too, but you know, it was your own shit. They just fixed it. They brought somebody else's shit, and they're like, "Here, let's add to this."
And technically, it was the biggest surgery I've ever done. All of the other ones were like little laparoscopic, whatever the word is, and then I can go home that the same day. It's like, you're fine. Just go home.
Same
This
with
one.
my little cyst removal. It was like, "See you later." I'm like, oh, okay.
Were you awake for that, or did they just
Local,
like, numb
just
that area?
local? Yep.
Local.
They came in with like a I don't know, 3-foot long tube of local stuff, and they shot it. And I wasn't actually expecting to have anything done that day. I thought it was going to be like your normal go to the doctor and we'll do this in 3 months.
Oh.
And he's like, nope, we're taking care of it right now. I'm like, oh, sweet. In my head, we're
That's
doing
good.
this for free. It wasn't.
Well, no. It never is.
No. I mean, well, go on.
So yeah.
If they don't have your real name, it is.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm joking.
It's like that's hard to get away with.
It is. I tried once.
That's brave, man. I couldn't do it. I'm like, oh, they'll find out.
Well, see, I blamed it on. I thought I was having torsion.
Oh.
So, like, you know, when they were like, oh, that's not who you are, I was like, wait, what'd you ask me? I'm in so much pain.
Oh man.
I had an out.
Yeah. So it did hurt. It did hurt then. The cyst did hurt then. Like,
No.
it was painful.
No. That was because I actually thought I had torsion.
Oh, this is the torsion. Oh, I see.
But no, I just had a broken testicle,
Okay.
which is just as bad, but, you know, that's another
it's pretty
story.
rough.
Another night.
You've brought it up before.
I have.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, so
Hospital food, not
Okay.
good. Hospital's not a good place to get well.
yeah. Well, if it wasn't for the weekend, they were actually if I had gotten the surgery on, they would have kicked me out on Friday. So I stayed there way longer than I was supposed to be. Like, they expect you to recover at home. They're like, we don't want you here. You go home and recover. We don't want you recovering in hospitals.
I mean, think about it. I mean, well, for me anyway, it was like, well, if I have some sort of aneurysm and die in a hospital, you guys are just gonna fucking come in here, mop up the mess, and put a new bed in here, and go on with life. You die at home, people care. So I'll take that option. I'll go home.
True. Yeah, so I was there longer, which was good because I couldn't move.
Mhm.
Like, I'm glad I stayed there until I could actually start at least crawling. You know, like I could baby step out of the hospital. But yeah, and then the first week was just recovering. But let me just tell you, on the 5th day, those 2 tubes, they removed them. And they don't do anything for you when they remove them.
Oh,
They don't put you on. They don't numb you. They don't do anything.
oh, your catheter.
Yeah.
Most importantly.
The catheter and the tube on my side,
Yeah.
both long tubes.
Mhm.
The tube on my side wasn't as bad. It hurt, but it wasn't as bad. But the one the penis was like, the nurse was like, okay, it's gonna pinch, so you'll be, it'll be okay. And she just starts yanking like feet, like yards of tube, and it hurt the entire time. Like, this isn't just a pinch; it hurts. Like, this really hurts. And just like, oh, okay, but like it was never. If you,
It's like in Total Recall. It's got the big red orb coming out of the end.
don't say that. Essentially.
Sorry.
But,
Oh,
And I
shit.
was telling another nurse that came by, and he's like, "So how you doing?" And I'm like, "You know, different nurse. They changed shifts between them."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I just got the catheter removed, and I live by this motto: I want to experience everything in life. I didn't want to experience that. Like that's the one thing I didn't want to experience ever in my life. That was awful. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. Never had it. I've never. I don't know, but it sounds awful.
Like, well, now that my dick's ruined,
Yeah, I don't know. So they have to go in there again because they have what's called a stint, and it's the thing that attaches my bladder to my kidney.
mhm.
So they have to actually go back in there to remove the stint. Luckily, I'll be knocked out and sleep because they have to take out my catheter. Otherwise, they would have done it with me awake again. I'm like, thank God, I'm gonna be asleep.
Yeah.
They're gonna knock me out. I don't have to experience it. I'm done with things
You'll
going
just have
on there.
the after. You can deal with the aftermath.
Yeah, yeah. Hell, I might not even feel it afterwards. Again, I have pretty good pain tolerance. I might not even be like, oh, God, it's gone. But yeah, I couldn't imagine having to live through that again.
I have not had a
But
catheter, but I have. I got an STD test, to be a responsible person.
Good.
One time, and I went to the free clinic.
Okay.
And they still did the archaic stick a fucking Q-tip up your dick hole with a piece of like sandpaper on the end of it or something. I don't really know.
Why?
And
Why?
then because that's how they did it. And then they tell you
Oh
go
my
pee afterward. And you're like, how am I supposed to pee? You just invaded my fucking shit with some grip tape and and then you go to like a Planned Parenthood, right? And they're like, pee in the cup. And I'm like, wait,
That was it?
you're not gonna stick the fucking stick up my dick hole? Like, no, poor child. Where were you? Where have you gone?
Oh man.
But no,
Oh.
never a catheter. Never a catheter.
No. Hopefully you never experience that.
I hope not. But at least I know that somebody has gone through the pain. And when I call you when I have one, like if they're getting ready to remove it right now, hold my hand over the phone.
Yeah, exactly. You need somebody, seriously. You need that support, man. It's awful. But anyway,
Yeah.
so for the last couple weeks, I've been regaining mobility. I'm tired all the time, which is, of course, a side effect of healing.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been a rough road for the most part, in the sense of like gaining mobility back and like not getting tired walking up a flight of stairs or something, which I still do. Get pretty tired with simple movement. But I can sit up straight now. I used to not. My stomach was twice the size that it is now because of bloating and all the surgery stuff. It's now back to its normal, like what it was before the surgery. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, I'm stuck inside for the next few months. I have to go to doctors all the time, but I'm free. Like I don't have restrictions on things anymore. I can eat whatever I want. I can go pretty much wherever I want. Which before I had was tethered to a machine. Now I'm not tethered anymore. So I need to do, which is great. And
Which is great because it is the convention season is blooming. And although it's not obviously on the radar this year for any shows, but that means next year that opens up the door to many a thing.
yeah, no, yeah, like I feel comfortable like doing more things now, because I didn't honestly. My brain space before this all happened was like, well, I'm not really planning on doing anything for at least another 5 years, right? Like, because that's how long it's going to take, right? I'm going to be stuck to a machine. I can't date. If I wanted to date, I couldn't travel if I wanted to travel, really. And I'm glad I didn't, because knowing that it's like, come here now, come here now. If I was out, like, because there is encouragement from like your care team to be like, don't stop living life if you're on dialysis. Go and travel. Go do your thing. Bring the machine with you. Bring the bags and all the stuff all the equipment you need. But go, just go out there and do stuff because you shouldn't like nerf your life just because you have to do this thing, right? But then they don't tell you that you have to go and you have to go now when they call you for a kidney. You have to go now. There's no waiting because you have to be there within 24 hours. Well, not even 24 hours. You have to be there. And it's like, okay, all right, yeah. So they don't tell you that, and now I know. It's like, well, and this should me, and this if I treat myself, but this should last me for the rest of my life, because there are lifespans for a kidney that's not yours, right? Like it's not a part of your body, so technically it has a lifespan that's shorter than your life, but if you treat it well, it should technically last you for the rest of your life, which is what I intend to do.
Sure.
But yeah,
you're not going to be given I don't want to say a extension or whatever, but like you're not going to take it for granted. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. I've already started changing a lot of my like habits and life choices and stuff. Like I'm sticking to like a bedtime where before I'm like whatever, like I have to be up at 8. Like I have to take my meds. I don't sleep in on the weekends. Like I sleep in on the weekends. I don't. It's like I gotta wake up. I gotta take my meds because if you don't, rejection can happen. You get dye on you inside of you. Like all this, right? If you don't take care of yourself. So now I'm like, well, this is my life now. Like I have to make sure I'm always taking my meds on the dot, exactly at the time that they tell me to do, and just do it. Because I want this to last. I don't want to ever go through all of this stuff again.
You're gonna start.
It's a lot of.
You're gonna start seeing pictures of Francis doing that Waterton Canyon walking that all the.
What is that?
I think it's Waterton Canyon. I don't know. It's out there, and all the celebs walk it in some hills.
Oh. Well, there's one called Grunion Canyon.
Maybe that's what it is.
Or Runyon Canyon.
Maybe that's what it is.
The one. That's the celebrity.
Remember, that's the one. Remember, when we were at WonderCon, we were sitting there listening to Kevin Smith, and he was talking about the people that were fucking while walking up the hill.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Runyon.
Because it's a Runyon. It's in the middle of it's like in the middle of Hollywood. Like it's right above Hollywood. It's just this trail. I've driven past it. It's like, ugh, yeah. It's a walk. Yeah, you're walking, man. But yeah, very, very nice. But yeah, no, I intend to travel again. Intend to go international again. I mean, something I didn't think I'd ever do for a long, long time. I just renewed my freaking TSA, my pre-check. I just renewed it.
I renewed mine a few months ago, and then I just got my new passport like last week.
My passport lasts another 2 years. I'm like, I think next year when I get my full, vacation time, or maybe even this year. So at least maybe in the States somewhere at the end of the year when I feel comfortable. 6 months from now, I think, like in the winter time, probably travel or something. Maybe go to Colorado.
Maybe. But now you should save it. You should save it for next summer. We're gonna come out here.
Summer.
Well, yeah. Then you come to Fan Expo.
Oh yeah. Oh, good idea. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fan Expo. We'll do that. Go see William Shatner at 98. Whatever.
Dude, the list of people coming to this show this year is growing.
Good. I'm glad it is growing.
Like the cast of The Flash is going to be there. The entire cast of The Flash. The show, the TV show, not the movie.
Why would they? This show's been off the air for like 3 years, 4 years.
I don't know.
Hey, it's cool. That's cool that they're going.
Yeah. Like all the recent Supermans are going to be there. Good. Brandon Routh, Dean Cain, which is I'm all for. Dean Cain's rad.
Yeah.
The other guy, Come
Tom
on.
Welling?
No. Yes. Tom Welling and fucking Lex. What's his name? Michael Rosenbaum?
Oh yeah, Michael Rosenbaum. Yeah.
They're both going to be there.
Oh, good. He doesn't do much Smallville stuff, so that's good for him.
Well, the two of them have a Smallville podcast
Oh.
that they've been doing where they like rewatch. I think they rewatch and then talk about the shows. Because Tom was a director on a lot of those. And I think
I like that a lot. I actually do.
whatever the fuck. Michael Rose. I almost called him Lex again. Michael Rosenbaum. I think he directed a few as well.
Oh,
And then there's talk of a Smallville reboot of some sort, or reignition or a reboot.
They want to bring the hype for the new Superman movie, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The last thing I heard was something that those two were tied to something that was trying to revive Smallville.
That's awesome.
That would be
I'm
awesome.
looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's all my
just
Fan Expo stuff for this week because it's not important this week.
No, well, I mean, look, I'm already ready to kind of, because I'm still in the process. So, like, just to kind of wrap things up, in the sense, I'm still in the healing process. Things are going well. I didn't know that it takes like a few weeks for your kidney, it doesn't just start working the moment it's attached to you. It wakes up. So as you continue to get healthy.
Oh, it didn't wake up from all the fingering before it went into your body?
Yeah, that lady she just kept poking it. How, what the hell? It was insane. I just couldn't fathom why she would just keep poking my little kidney. But yeah. So it's been a ride. I mean, I don't know how much energy I have to do. I mean, because I have to wake up. Like I was telling Josh today, I went to see my doctor at 4:00 in the morning. I had to wake up in the morning to go see my doctor because it's out in.
Because it's 5 miles away, but I live in the greater part of LA, so.
I wish. Oh my God. They're like, you guys. Every time I go, they're like, oh, do you live close? I'm like, an hour and a half in traffic. Does that close? 2 hours sometimes if the traffic's real bad. Like that's. But no, I mean, my family insisted I go to the best transplant hospital in the state, and it's UCLA. So I went to UCLA. So shout out Bruins.
Yes.
Shout out to the Bruins over there.
Didn't know that was their mascot. Go ahead, but right on.
Yeah. I'm taken care of by the best. Like these are the best of the best in the state. So I shouldn't expect anything less. And so I'm being really taken care of. I heal I'm getting better every day. I actually agreed to come here as kind of a test because again I tire easily. The most I can do is like lay down or sit down, and then I have to walk. I have to walk because of a lot of other complicated things. I traded one thing for a lot of other complications, but they forced me to be healthier. They forced me to be, this, that, and the other thing. So, I mean...
Oh, darn.
Yeah, pros and cons, right? The pro being I'll be healthier and I'll live longer. But, there was a trade-off. And so I have to keep moving. I have to keep active. But at the same time, I'm so tired. I'm so tired all the time. So this was a test to see if I could do it, and also because I missed, doing a show with Josh. Like, even though it's only been a couple weeks, it feels like forever because, again, I haven't been really anything the last couple weeks. So it feels like months have passed since we've done this show. Like, I feel like I haven't done this in like at least 6 months, but it's only been 2 weeks. Actually, 3, technically. So, like...
Well, I mean, in those 2 weeks, though, Francis, we have found out that South Park, much like The Simpsons, are prophets.
Yes. Oh, what did they prophesize?
That Kanye West was a gay fish.
Oh, was he gay fish?
Well, he
Because he likes fish sticks.
yeah, in his mouth. But no, he it came out a couple weeks ago that he apparently gave his cousin fellatio for years when they were kids.
Really?
I'm trying to make, I'm not really trying to make, well, whatever. I just thought it was funny.
They're kids. I mean, like, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
kids
whatever.
do dumb stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I just thought it was funny. That was my little, I found the humor in it that,
What's funny about it is because I feel like he'd be so anti that. Like, he'd be so against that type of.
he seems like he's a very complicated person. It would appear.
Complicated.
Yeah, there's some streamer that was streaming, and his naked wife started walking through the area that was in the camera view, so the guy had to cover his lens because this naked chick was in high heels was walking through the lens.
Oh well, yeah, he did force girlfriend, I guess, at the time.
Girlfriend, wife, groupie, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Whoever this naked lady is, that's always with him.
Bianca Sensori.
Yeah.
It's his wife, you're right, it's his wife. Yeah, always making her wear sheer or like transparent dresses and stuff. I don't know. He's, it's sad because like 10 years, not even, yeah, maybe 10 years, no, 5 years ago even, I think, like people were, no, 10, I'll say 10. 10 years ago, we were calling him, this guy's the next, the next big thing. And he was like a while, and then he went, gone. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Salute or anything, but kind of appropriate. Yeah. He just went gone.
Speaking of which, man, you're just laying them out for me. Thank you, without even realizing it. But that Met Gala thing was this weekend.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
it was. I heard about it.
I'm pretty convinced everybody that's in Hollywood or the music industry are just the really creative of all the weirdos.
What do you mean?
What's that motherfucker's name? Andre 3, 4, 5,000? What the fuck is his name?
Andre 3000.
He showed up with a fucking baby grand piano strapped to his back.
Oh, there it is.
It's, I don't know. I don't think it was a baby grand, but it's a fucking piano either way.
Well, so the Met Gala is known for elitism and weird clothing. Like everyone is supposed to dress really weird for some reason. I don't know why, but that's kind of like what the Met Gala is known for. Is like, oh, look at all the weird clothing people are. Look at this dress or this weird suit this guy is wearing that's like made out of, I don't know, toilet paper or something, right? Like, and last year's was when Kanye brought his wife in the see-through dress. That was last year at the Met Gala. So this year, I guess it's Andre with his piano, his freaking piano.
Sabrina Carpenter had like,
okay, yeah.
Basically, her dress was just tails.
Oh right, she's that's called the bunnies. That's the Playboy bunny suit.
Well, they look good on her. She didn't need a piano. She didn't need a piano strapped to her back to get attention from me. Yeah, they're just weirdos. They're just weirdos.
What are we getting to know?
The Lewis Hamilton, F1 driver, he was there.
Why?
I don't know. He's a fashion dude. I think he has his own fashion line or something. But it looked like he showed up in like a white suit of some sort and a hat.
Yeah,
he looked fairly normal. Yeah, I guess it was a beret. I was like, he looks fairly normal. He looks like Lewis Hamilton.
So there's a picture of him standing beside
Lewis Hamilton. Excuse me, he's knighted.
Oh, sir. Oh, excuse me. So Lewis Hamilton is standing beside a guy who looks like he's just stepped out of Star Wars. He's wearing like this big blue robe with like this white doily pauldron on his shoulders.
This is weird.
He looks stupid. Yeah.
That's just
That's
weird.
the point. Like,
It's just,
he's just
I don't,
like,
what's the point to, what is the point of the thing? Like, why do they all show up there?
opulence. It's opulence, and it's supposed to be a charity.
Okay.
The Met Gala is also a charity. So like, what are you gonna do? But yeah, so you're supposed to dress super weird. But it's a charity for like, the museum, for the museum, for the art museum.
Mm.
So like, yeah.
If I had only known, the lady and I went to a concert last year where it was, the theme was, the opulence, basically.
Yeah.
I could have shown up with a piano strapped on my back.
Well, I mean, I think that's also that's when Lady Gaga wore the meat dress, where it was just all, okay, so many years ago, about 15 plus 20, maybe, yeah, 15 years ago or so, Lady Gaga went to one of these events wearing, like, pieces of, like, real meat, like actual meat, raw meat in the form of a dress.
Okay.
So she...
I mean, like, I'm sure all the meat got cooked and it was edible after that, I'm sure. Maybe not the stuff she was sitting on, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah. That's weird.
And then Bjork dressed as a swan. So Bjork went with, like, the swan head was out of her front of her body, and, like, the swan back was at the back of her body.
Come correct, sir. Bjork is a swan.
Oh, excuse me.
Bjork is
Bjork
whatever
is
the fuck
swan.
Bjork wants to be when Bjork wakes up or takes a breath and decides to change who they are. And that's okay. She's the greatest pixie ever.
She is. I love Bjork.
I do too, actually.
Oh no, it was just when she wore the swan dress.
I mean, Bjork hasn't been relevant in fucking 20 years, so.
No, I'm kind of curious if she still makes clothes, if she still makes music, but yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
Dink, dink.
The only song I can tolerate from her is "Army of Me," which is like the one song that I'm like, okay.
Bjork's what Yoko Ono would be if she was talented.
The only problem is Yoko Ono thinks she's talented. That's the problem.
Well, that's the problem.
She believes she's talented.
Yeah.
But
I'm totally speaking out of school. I don't know Bjork or Yoko Ono's stuff well enough to make that joke, but I said it anyway.
I've heard enough of both, and you're not far off. Not far off.
Bjork is my favorite interview on Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh, nice! I didn't know she did that.
Yes.
She has a sense of humor. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Because everybody that was on that show was in on the humor. I mean, they may not have understood exactly what was happening, but they were there voluntarily to have fun.
Yeah. Oh, good. Because I think of all the people, I think, she should have some fun because she's so crazy. She's so weird.
Yeah. What do we got here? Yeah, like 15 minutes.
Yeah. See, I told you we have time for your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't tell you that, but
Well, okay, so let's get this one out of the way since we had all the excitement and happiness from you. We got to level it out a little bit. As we do on this show, we talk about, celebs that have gone away.
Oh, I missed this one then.
But this wasn't a celeb. This one's more personal. To the people out there that may not have been playing along since the beginning. Francis and I, a few of the other people that we associate ourselves with, have all gained press, media passes, whatever. We're looked at that way. And a lot of hard work went into getting it to keep it rolling, I should say. But it all had to start from somewhere. So I can't remember if I went to this anime show first or this very small Comic-Con first, as trying to do it as press. But when I reached out to what, hey, what are the requirements to, gain press? I went back and forth with this press manager, and he's like, I'm going to take a chance on you because I see myself in you. You're a young, up-and-coming podcaster trying to make a name. I got you. Come on down. And like I said, he was either the first or second person to ever give me a press pass. And over the years, got to, know him over, because he was the press manager at a few other Comic-Cons in Denver. Got to know him, got to know his family a little bit, came over to his house a couple times for poker. But not super close, but, just colleague. Sadly, a couple weeks ago, about the same time you went in for your surgery, he died. And it sucks. He had a known heart issue, but everything seemed to be going well. We hadn't spoken in a couple of years, obviously. Well, really, since the pandemic, really, I haven't had much contact with the guy. Seen him at a couple shows here and there. But, his wife got on the Facebooks to inform everybody that his heart gave up. And it sucks. I don't really do funerals, but I think I'm at least going to pop my head in to this one.
Is it open? Did the pub?
Yeah, I mean, everybody that's basically on his friends list was invited.
Oh, wow, that's nice. That's good. That's nice.
So, to go back to what we were talking about before we hit record, I was going to get on here and inform all of you of Francis' situation, and that we'll be back in a couple weeks and everything. But every time I sat in front of this camera, I couldn't spit anything out because I didn't have anything written down. And Dave's wife has asked everybody to submit a video, and I'm like, I really would like to. I really should, but I have to write this shit down because otherwise it's not going to come off very well. But something I'm thinking about doing, because I couldn't do it there in front of all the other people, hundreds of people I don't know, or even tens of people I don't know.
You might see some recognizable faces.
Yeah, definitely, because like I said, he was very involved in the geek community here in Colorado, at least in Denver. So definitely big loss, just in the geek community. Church-going guy, loved by everybody. So it sucks. This one sucked. Just because, like I said, someone taking a chance on you, and then you build enough of a rapport and feel comfortable enough to invite some guy you gave a press pass to a couple of years ago over to your house to play poker. Yeah. That's cool. That speaks volumes of the person.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
And you too.
Oh, well, thanks. But it's not about me. But yeah, no. We talk about this stuff, and it happens every day to people, but this one actually, hit me in the gut a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But
no, that's good of you to go. I think that's kind of the right way to go for that.
Yeah.
To show how much the person meant to you, even though nobody else may know who you are.
Right. I told the story before about how before our buddy Neil, come on, help me out with his last name, Neil Adams, before he died, I was standing at a show with a showrunner, who was Dave. He was either showrunner or press. I was standing next to him when Neil Adams walked up to say something to him, saw me, and turned his back on me and walked away. And he's like, "What did you do to him?"
This was the guy. Okay.
So this was the showrunner that was standing next to, yeah. And I told Dave, I'm like, forced our friendship upon him. And I don't think he liked it. But yeah.
Not his. Yeah, it's kind of
What wasn't the greatest, interaction, but it was still, still cool.
yeah. It's unfortunate because we're getting to that age.
That is true.
Josh, we're getting to
That
that
is.
age.
You don't need to remind me.
I know. Well, it's because I think much like I'm gonna guess that much like me, we still kind of believe like we're in our 20s. Like we still kind of have that mentality. Like we're still pretty young.
Oh,
Right? Like
yeah, totally, totally.
yeah,
That's what.
that we're not really our ages because we just feel young.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm just like, it makes sense for it to be still out of nowhere because yeah, we we don't feel our age because people our age, when we were young, people our age were old.
Old.
Yeah, like they were old. They
Yeah.
they felt old. They acted old. They looked old.
Mhm.
We don't look old.
Mm.
And we
I
don't look
mean,
old.
I get called old all the time, but
That's because you're commanding presence.
yeah, it's because I deal with the highest quality of people every day.
But yeah, I think that's part of it. So yeah, yeah. Well, okay. I mean, uh, do you know how old he was?
Late 40s,
Oh wow. Okay.
maybe early 50s.
Okay.
So pretty young. Pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't really have an ending to that. Just
Yeah.
it was kind of came out of nowhere. Just you see things getting posted a few days before that all of a sudden you get this long message. You're like, wait a second, that
Yeah,
doesn't
especially
look
for
good.
you got bombarded with information with news from all sides. You got bombarded with news over the last couple of weeks.
Well, it's funny because if this were the 80s
Yeah.
and I got bombarded with all this information and I was in front of a camera much like I am now, I would feel comfortable enough to light up a cigarette. Don't you remember back when you were a kid and fucking Dan Rather would get some news and he'd light up a cigarette halfway through the news?
Yeah. Yeah. I still, man, what an era we lived in. What an era. I mean, you had comedians smoking cigars on TV. You had,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, George
you just
Burns.
had-
I mean,
yeah,
George
I
Burns,
mean,
outside of being known for one-liners, it was for being, old and always smoking a cigar.
Johnny Carson smoked on the show when he was
Johnny
when he was
Carson
hosting
smoked,
the Tonight
yeah.
Show. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
What a weird thing to think about nowadays.
Did Ed Sullivan smoke on the show? Or did he
Yes,
smoke
he
at
did.
all?
I would think he did actually.
Okay. I wasn't
I
around
want to
for
say
Ed
he came
Sullivan.
out with like a lit cigarette.
Oh, okay, okay. I haven't watched enough full episodes of Ed Sullivan to have that knowledge. But yeah, the news hit hard in the 80s.
It did. Yeah. Well, it's not that it. I mean, it hits hard now,
Yeah.
but we have other vices.
Yeah.
We have other vices.
Can you imagine some news anchor just like puffing on a mod box as they're just puffing on? Oh shit!
Just vaping.
Yeah.
Vaping on air. Yeah, that'd be. Or just yeah, I don't know. I don't. Kind of calm you down. Like I don't know what it is for people. Like
But
like
it's a stimulant though.
'cause-
Nicotine's a
because
stimulant.
cigarettes was kind of universal. Like everyone did it. Like pre '80s, like everyone did it.
Mhm.
Right? That was like a thing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't know what everyone does.
Vape.
Eat, I guess. Well,
Well,
even vaping, I don't see a lot of vapors. Like vaping is not a thing.
Dude,
Like enough to where I see it.
as we peel the curtain back from time to time, me doing stopping shoplifters in grocery stores, that is one of the most thing that's like nails on a chalkboard to me is people vaping inside the store.
Oh, so it doesn't. It's not a lot of vaping. I don't know why. I don't see it as often. I see it. I guess at the beach more than I do like in the suburbs. But yeah, I don't really see a lot of vaping.
Yeah, it's
And they're
pretty
really,
bad.
and they're very discreet. They're always this. They always cover it with their whole hand.
Oh yeah. You can always tell when somebody's got a weed pen because they double fist it like it's a big cock.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you can already see the vape, like the you know.
Even if you try
coming
and
out of your mouth.
ghost it, it's still, you know, I can still smell weed.
Yeah. Like, why hide it? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can do it legally here in public.
And same here. You can't smoke weed legally in public, but who the fuck has ever gotten caught smoking weed in the public?
Especially with a vape.
Especially with a vape. The one time that I got spoken to was I was downtown. And it was a security guard.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You were there. But he didn't really care.
No. He just didn't want it. He's just like, guys, come on. There's like a little like, come on.
Just get off my sidewalk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we were in the front of like a bank or something. Or
Some
like,
sort of
some
office
building.
park. It was a couple, you know, little park benches on the not even entryway. It was like just in front of the
Foyer.
building.
Yeah.
When the foyer's inside.
So Dahl says my dry herb vape very discreet. I barely may have any clouds from. How do you prevent the clouds though? I feel like every time
Take smaller
vapes.
puffs.
I guess so.
You hold it for a really long time. Your body absorbs it.
You vape thyme or you vape like oregano? Because it's a dry herb.
I mean, when you see those things sold online, that's what they're doing is like putting in, you know, some sort of herbal thing that you want to inhale.
Here's your basil leaves.
Yeah. Sometimes they use like grinded up M&Ms
Oh, that'd be fun.
to like show a grinder.
Can I vape M&Ms? I'd like to vape M&Ms.
That's the commercial people need to be putting out there.
You want to vape your candy? Snickers vape.
Yeah. Oh Jesus! Don't give people any ideas. I already got to walk around people that smell like fucking pina colada all day, or like fucking strawberry margarita, and that just could because they're drinking. But like, you know, all these things have like sweet, you know, kind of flavor and sense to them.
I don't know how to take this, but Dahl says a dry herb vape kind of bakes your oregano instead of burning it, so you can still get the effect.
It's, you know, you skirt the legalities there.
Yeah. I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But yeah. I always find it silly. I just find the whole head. You know what you're doing. Just
Right.
Just show the little box. Just, why are we hiding it like that?
Yeah, people gotta feel like they're being discreet and sneaky, when in reality everybody knows what you're doing. If people are paying attention. But because everybody thinks that they're the center of the entire universe, and everybody's looking at them at all times, that's why they try to be discreet when you're actually more discreet by just puffing on it and walking down the street.
Hiding in plain sight, as the saying goes. Just hide in plain sight.
Exactly. The way of the ninja.
I'm telling you. That's your brand. Your brand is the ninja.
Hey, since we're talking about weed,
Sure.
in a roundabout way, you ever hear somebody say, it's either weed or it's a skunk? But has anybody ever thought it could be a skunk smoking weed?
Okay, I don't understand the comparison. Because we have skunks in my neighborhood. It's nothing like weed.
Weed can be very skunky.
I guess. I've never smelled skunky weed, ever. It's always kind of a sweet, kind of a Swedish smell.
Mm-hmm.
But skunks have like an acidic smell to them. Like it burns your nose when you inhale.
Yes, that's
skunk
the
smell.
ammonia part.
Yeah.
But there's a strain of weed called cat piss, because that's what it smells like. It's very ammonia smelling. I don't know why you'd want to smoke that, but it's out there.
That reminds me, I forgot the reason why, but I remember, in my 20s, somebody wanted to get revenge on someone, and their method of getting revenge was to somehow get cat piss and pour it down the front of the radiator of a car, so that every time you turn your air on, all you smell is that, and you can't get rid of the smell.
Mm-mm.
Like, you can't really wash it off.
Mm-mm.
But that was their revenge on somebody. Like,
That's
the
fucked
revenge
up.
they want to give. Yeah, and like, that's, first off, amazing. I don't know how you ever thought of that. That's an amazing, like, revenge.
It is,
to the
but like
blood.
there's the cardinal rule: you do not fuck with another person's car.
True, but they hate
you.
this
You
person a lot.
wanna hate them all you want. TP their fucking house. Put shit on the fucking doorstep and ring the doorbell.
This was also an era where, you would be where being gay was kind of still like being accepted as a thing. So the other form of revenge was when magazines to put the guy's address onto the magazine subscription card that usually came with magazines, and just send him a bunch of gay magazines to his home address, and have it have millions of mailbox. That was the other form of revenge back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Which I thought was really funny to me. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. Like, that's harmless in the sense of, like, no one's really getting hurt, but it is also kind of funny.
Right, and then then someone's got to pay for that subscription. It don't come free.
Well, you always get you get the free one, and then you get
Gotcha. They get you with the free one.
One magazine free, yeah, and then you're supposed to send in your credit card or whatever to get more. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was silly. It was dumb. I thought it was funny.
Well, Francis, that's pretty much everything. Mostly it was all about you. I'm glad you're back. Glad you're doing well. I've told you all this over the last 2 weeks. You'll need to hear it publicly.
No, I appreciate it. I guess that's the last thing you did mention. I'll just mention it real quick now. If anyone who has been sending their well wishes is listening, just want to say verbally to thank everyone who has been very thoughtful and has been sending me wonderful messages with my updates. I feel like I'm being remiss not sending a third update, because I only gave an update of when I went into the hospital. Never gave when I went home. So I'm curious if people I feel like I don't want to flood Facebook again.
I think it's in this circumstance. I think it's okay to provide mini update.
All right. Well, I just need. Yeah. What I'll do is, in a week when I'm kind of like when they know it's like, well, everything, they're kind of done with all the caution. I can be like, well, it took. I'm good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm fine. So, but yeah. So thanks to everyone who has sent all the nice messages and all of the well wishes.
Because you know what, those
Cards.
things go. All that goes really far for people.
Yeah.
Even positive words of encouragement. I think it kind of goes. It's almost passe, I guess, or something. But I know, especially when I was doing like the weed bud tending stuff, getting a good review was like, you can go back to it anytime you're kind of feeling low. Like, hey, I really helped this person out. So I don't know. It's what's the word? When something bad happens, everybody's got words of encouragement or something. It's it's passing, I guess, or it's whatever. But no, it is. I think it does go a long way, and it does help.
Yeah,
This is what I'm trying to get to. I can't fucking end my thought, but
No, I was very overwhelmed with all of the all the positivity and hearing from people I normally don't hear from, like, just sending their well wishes, and it's really nice, just people I haven't talked to you in a long time, but thanks, like that, I mean, I don't expect to talk to you after this, but that's fine. Like, it's just nice that, like, you're paying attention.
Yeah, you reached out. That's what,
Yeah, that you reached out, yeah.
I do have, I don't know if you heard from our buddy Jason out in Canada, the Elegant Weapon,
Yeah.
but he did want me to tell you good luck and hope everything's going well in the aftermath.
He was very kind enough to send me a message on Instagram. So,
Nice.
yeah, that was very pleasant to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll be back here on a more regular basis once again, and keeping it in a tighter ship, maybe even going forward, because Francis has a bedtime.
We do.
And we're destroying it right now. So
Yeah. I got all these to take.
Yeah.
And this messes me up, so I gotta go get ready for
night
winding
nights.
down.
Yes.
Yeah, winding
But
down.
we'll tell everybody where they can find you, and we'll be back next week, everybody.
Yeah, hey, same place. Look, linktree.com/aka the other guy, for the one-stop shop for all of my social media, my books, my shows, just like this one's on there, as well as Super Geeked Up. They're all on there. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going back there, because unfortunately it clashes with my doctor's appointments. The Super Geeked Up, so I don't know when I'll be back there yet, because I can't do as late.
Yeah.
Even I can't even do that. Yeah, so no promises there, but
Sure.
here I don't have a doctor's appointment after this. So
Nope.
Yes.
Well, that's where you find him, at his one-stop shop. You can't do that with me, because I like it to be a challenge. Twitter is 303_ninja. Instagram, 303ninja. You can email us at thepoipodcast@gmail.com. You can call, text, or voicemail 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1. It's nice and easy to remember. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I won't have any extra body parts, but,
3 kidneys. I have 3 kidneys in me now. I didn't even mention that. 3 kidneys.
I don't. Yeah, I got nothing. I have all my body parts and nothing extra.
Yay! Screw you, man.
Sorry, I was too much of a wuss as a child to go out and break bones. I tried to break a bone one time, but instead of breaking it, just sprained. My middle finger touched the inside of my forearm, but didn't break. Like, my hand, wrist didn't break.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flexible.
Yeah. That's it.
Stretch Armstrong
The
over here.
the song's ending. We're out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Wait, now it's ending. Now. Bye.